first question here is how can this story help you? Because again, I didn't come up here to try and brag or anything. What I wanted you guys to understand is that it is a process. It is a lifelong process. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to strive to be the best that I can be. And there's times where I get tired. There's times that I want to procrastinate. There's times where I don't want to do anything. But at the end of the day, you have to choose what it is that you want to do and what you want to be. So I want to give you an example of kind of what I thought in terms of what you could do to help yourself in terms of goals, or being a CEO, or being a lawyer, or being a nurse. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to have a long-range goal, okay? But then you better think about your mid-range goals. In order to do some of these things, you've got to focus on being able to get to a 4-year college, all right? Especially with the way our country is going and the fact that we're in the recession that we're in. There are a lot of talented people out there who aren't working. So what that does then is that actually creates a huge talent pool. So how are you going to differentiate yourself? How are you going to make yourself the type of person that someone's going to want you to work for them, or for you to even be able to build your own company? Short-range goals, which is something that I should have done because I never took any challenging courses. Why? Because again, I was trying to skate by. The path of least resistance was the path I was trying to take. Or that if you're taking challenging courses, that you again stay focused on your homework. Get that done. Every day, if you get home from school, get that done out of the way. Once I got it done, then I could play around, I could watch TV, I could do whatever I wanted to do. Okay? And try to maintain a 3-point GPA minimum. Because again, there's a lot of people out there with 3.0s. So how are you going to do it? The next thing, and that this is just a kind of a breakdown, and this is what I took from when I was actually selling the AP courses. 1 or more AP course, 4 years of math, 4 years of English, 2 years of foreign language, 3 years of the last science, 2 years of social science. Bare minimum. Try, especially get into a Cal grad school of advanced placement. You know that if a high school student takes 2 or more AP courses, they have a 76% chance of actually finishing college. And it's primarily because of the rigor of the course. You are more prepared then when you're taking courses in college. 1 course, 59%. 0 courses, 33%. And there's over 3,800 universities that actually recognize AP. And I don't know if you guys have AP here or not, or if you have honors courses, but taking college prep courses is the one way that you can really, again, help yourself. Lower income groups that have high test scores and have a high GPA and take strong academic courses are more likely to get their degree than someone who's in the top higher income bracket. Why? Because I think that when you've gone through these types of things, as if you're in that low income group, you understand and know that you're doing everything that you can, that you're clawing and scratching to try and make yourself be successful. And it's going to be more meaningful to you. You're going to have more passion when you're trying to focus on this. So this is how this mediocrity can be dispelled, the culture of it. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to the commitment and to excellence, regardless of the chosen field. It does not matter what it is that you want to do. Okay? If you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a pro athlete, that's great. Understand, though, what the odds are of you making it. Understand that you better have a backup plan. Okay? You're trying to go that route. For most people, you're trying to, again, be a doctor. You're trying to be maybe a lawyer, again, a nurse, even a housewife. It doesn't matter. It's the commitment plus then your ability to pursue that excellence. So I leave you with I'm going to leave you with 3 things that I'm going to say, and then I don't know if you guys, everyone's got their backpacks and everything, but if you've got paper, get ready to write something down. Okay? And then I'm done. Finished. Goals. What are your goals? Okay? That's number 1. If you want to, great. Just something to think about. Okay? What are your goals? Number 2, how committed are you to what you want? How committed are you to what you want? And the third thing is, how are you going to actually execute your goal? Now this is where this next slide that I'm getting ready to show you is where you need to write. Because there are a lot of people out there who have goals that will never accomplish them. Okay? So if you're ready to quit after a couple lows, then that's really not your goal. Because if you really believe in what it is you're doing, if you really have faith in yourself and what you're trying to do, then it doesn't matter. Again, I'm 5'8". It did not matter that I was 5'8". I had a goal of making the Olympics, and no one was going to stop me from doing that. And as you saw through the course of my story, I went through a lot of highs and lows in order to do that. So you have to believe. Number 2, very critical. You have to create a plan for each one of your goals. That's where you put down the short-term and the mid-term goals. And again, you've got to keep the end in mind. Start from the highest point of which you want to get to and work backwards. Number 3, weigh the risks and the rewards of your goal. Okay? You've got to think about this. Because again, it's easy to start quitting, it's easy to start waffling when you don't assess the risk versus the reward. Is it actually feasible for you to do what it is that you want to do? From time to time, you have to assess where you're at. You've got to figure out, geez, is it really worth me having this goal anymore? Or do I need to take another path? Maybe you've grown, you've matured in what it is that you're trying to do, and you've got to go in a different direction. Just because you wrote something down 5 years ago, and then you go back and look at where you're at now, doesn't mean that you have to stay on that particular plan. You've got to be able to adjust and modify. And last but not least, number 5, you are accountable to your success. No one else is accountable but you. You are going to get as far as you want to go. The toughest thing for anyone to do is to self-manage. No one is going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. Alright? So you have to decide that you're going to do this, and you have to hold yourself accountable, and the best thing that you can do is have some people that know what it is that you're trying to do, so they can help you be accountable. Okay? Alright. Again, this school and what I learned here and the friends that I developed here is something that will always be true to me, and I appreciate the fact that I can actually come back here and talk to you guys and hopefully maybe impart some wisdom to you of what it is that you're trying to do and what you're trying to be as you go forward. And good luck to you all. You know, it's a tough world out there. You've got to stay focused on what it is that you're trying to do in order to make it. All right? Thanks.